welcome back to my channel. I am Diana. This is Real Talk with Diana. Focus on now, a place where people like you that are just like struggling with life really want to make your life much bigger than you are right now. So you're in the right place. Today we're going to talk about something really interesting because it's been inside me for like 2 weeks now, and I'm like, should I do a video over this? I'm like, yes. I feel like a lot of people have been talking to my friends, coworkers, and a lot of people have been feeling this. And that is the struggle of what to do with your life, what to do with what's going on. You don't know what decisions to make, what to do, and you're just like in this foggy area of like, what am I gonna do? What am I doing? What have I done? Kind of like reflecting of what happened in 2022. Now we're entering 2023. So we're all in this reflective stage, I guess. Um, so here is my intake on this. Okay. So what the topic of today is, what are your next steps for 2023? This is super key because yes, first of all, if you're hearing me right now, you don't want to have the same year as this year, okay? You want to have an amazing year and blow everybody's mind and blow your own mind and follow your own desire. So how do you do that? Okay, how do you create those things, create those next steps? So first of all, you need to have experiences are the best thing you can ever have when regards to creating your life that you want. Why? Because there's good experiences and bad experiences. And the good experiences are nice to have. Obviously, we don't want all bad experiences all the time, but it gets to a point that the bad experiences make you a better version of yourself because you learn from them. And then that bad experiences, even good experiences, you're just like, I do like this. I do like this. I do like this. And the bad experiences, then you have kind of like that limiting determination of saying, yes, I like this. I don't like this. Like, if, for example, if your boss screws at you, like you don't like that, that's a bad experiences. But then now you will want to attract or be around or even have a job that has a boss that screams at you. So that's kind of like a lesson that I feel like it's always good to give it a positive perspective on all the bad experiences that anybody has in general. I know there's some deep ones, but we're just talking super general right now. Okay. So there's good experiences and bad experiences. Okay. So this is a great place to start because all of these experiences, like I said, make you kind of like, I do want to go to this path, or maybe I should go to this path, and you kind of try and error. Life is about try and error. So if you don't try it, you never have something new to do. Okay. So it's very important to just try, get to that point of like, oh, I don't know what to do. And then it's just like, do something. Do something. Messy inspired action is the best action ever. And I'll tell you because of my coach, Samantha, that told me that. She was super helpful. And I'm telling you, messy action is super helpful. Because then, like, I'm gonna give you my story later on at the end of this video. So yeah. So it's a great place to start if you have good experiences and bad experiences in general. Okay. So you can write that down, like your experiences in general, but it's gonna be very confusing. It's like, oh yeah, this is a good experience, this is a bad experience, okay? So what I want you to do always, like I always say, have a pen and a notebook because we're gonna write a lot of things today. Let me tell you, a lot. Okay, so the first question for you guys, and that I also did to myself, and I feel like cleared my mind in general, is things that you don't want in your life. And just like a reference here, um, this is not manifesting. If you're writing things down, doesn't mean you're manifesting those things, okay? So it's just like, oh, why am I writing those things? Like, that's horrible, Diana. You're like, let me tell you, it is really nice to write bad things on a piece of paper and not have them in your mind 24/7, eating your energy, okay? So that's my answer to that. Okay, so exercise one, write a list of things that you don't want in your life, okay? You can pause this video right now and write it down. Please don't skip this exercise because these exercises are super key so you understand what are your next steps for 2023, okay? The second exercise is write the same thing. Write a list of things that you want, that your soul desires. What do you really want in life? Do you want to be a millionaire? Do you want to be a successful artist? Do you want to be a successful writer? So what does that mean? Okay? What does they do every in their daily life? What do they, and don't think about they like, oh, that is my future self, like over there in the sunshine, having a nice tan in the beach. No, like actually put it like, I am my future self right now, and I am doing this right now. Okay. This also can have a list of like beliefs that you think this soul desire has, and it's like, it definitely has like confidence, it definitely have self assurance, knowing how to negotiate, all kind of like those things that you can learn. And then some of you might know about negotiating, some of you don't. So it's really nice to have kind of like a list of things that you want to have for that future self, right? But then you're learning as you go, okay? I'm getting into a tangent here. So write the list of things that you want, that is kind of like your goal, desire, your dream life. What are those things, okay? Now we're done with this nice two exercises and have one last exercise at the end that is also very important. So now that you have bad things, like the bad things that you don't want, and then you have the good things that you do want, okay? Now we can compare and contrast where you are right now and where you want to be. So you're in a place, I know you're in a place you don't want to be, and I am honestly right now in a place that I don't want to be. But then what are those steps that you can take to be where you want to be, okay? And how to create those steps. We talked about this in our coaching with session with Diana. I literally give you literally this exercise right now that I'm giving you guys. And we go one by one, and actually look at all of these and create that roadmap to where you are right now, that you're not in a good place, you're just super stressed out, or you're just like, I'm kind of good, but I want to go to the next level. This is a great coaching session that I do with you guys, so you can actually have that roadmap, have those questions to ask yourself once in a while, and then you can write that down and jumpstart that steps for 2023. Okay, so if you want a session with me, there's the link down below. You can schedule that session, and then there's going to be an email with a payment confirmation. Okay, um get into the tangent. So what are going to be those next steps? If you literally just look at those two pieces of paper, you look at them like, okay, okay. Then you can probably see those links, okay? You're like, oh, I am here, but I need to be a little bit more confident. I am here, but I need to do a little bit same, okay? And you can kind of like understand those next steps, okay? And those are some super key kind of like nudges, but also kind of like the first things that come, oh, like, oh, I should do this, or oh, I should do that, or oh, I should do that, you know. Those are the steps that you can create on your own and be that version of yourself, okay? Um, so another tip that I gave you, apart from like comparing and contrasting those two lists, is that be that version of yourself, not act as your version of yourself in the sense of like wasting the money that you don't have enough money, and then you don't have enough money, and then you're just like, oh, but my best version of myself, buys an airplane ticket and travels around the world. You're like, yes, but do you actually have the resources to do that right now? Probably not. So it's being that version, not just flying and doing that, but us also being that. Is she confident when she travels? Is she scared when she travels? Is she negotiating businesses while she's traveling? Then negotiate businesses even though you're not traveling, you're not wasting, money that you don't currently have. Or if you have, that's not the money making machine that is your future self. Okay, so it's understanding where you are right now and how can you be that version. Is she more confident, like I said, confidence, self-assuring? Is she know how to negotiate? Is she actually having this job that you are right now? Where is she right now? And then you're kind of like, she might not be in this job that I have right now. She not be, watching TV, doing Netflix after work. Maybe she's actually reading. Maybe she's actually investing on some actions, some actives. Maybe she's doing this. Maybe she's doing that. And then you're taking action towards that, okay? Because it's nice to do all this exercise, but you actually have to take action. Sorry, not sorry. So, like I said, being that version of yourself, the next version of yourself. So now that you understand, we've gone through a lot of these things. Now that you know what you don't want, and you know what you want, and now that you know how to get there, it's very important, like I said in the last video, of actually releasing those limiting beliefs, releasing those jobs, releasing those people, releasing those negative energy in your field so you can attract more positive, okay? So releasing is also super key component here. I'm not going to skip that because it's super key because like I said, the last video, literally, like I said, the last video is like, if you want a brand new closet, a brand new, clothing and everything like that, you need to release your old clothing, your old clothes, so you can bring the new ones. You cannot have the new ones and the old because the mind is gonna go crazy and you're just like, okay, Diana, so are we doing the new version or are we doing the bad version? Which one? And you're gonna get even more confused. Personal experience here. So my suggestion is, like I said, releasing little by little. Like if you buy one new clothes, release one new clothes. Okay? That's kind of like my general idea of that. So releasing all the things that no longer serve you. And that is my last exercise for you guys in this quick video. And is what is not longer serving you. And really, really, really sit down with that piece of paper and pen and really reflect on this. And write all the things like, I don't deserve this, I don't deserve that. And I am releasing this, I am releasing that. Okay? And declare it to the world, declare it to the universe that you're releasing these things. Because if you don't declare it, they're still gonna be there. Okay? So that is, you can pause this video right now if you need to reflect on this, exercise number 3. What is no longer serving you? That just literally write it super bold in your notebook and reflect on this because that is so key. It's gonna also give you some insight on what your next steps are. If I no longer want to do a gym, if you're doing a gym because it gets you very tired or whatever it may be, then you're just like, I'm not going to go to a gym because I prefer resting. I'm just giving you like super silly like examples here, but you get to the point of I need to release kind of like activities. You might release, activities of like scrolling your phone or like I said before, like watching Netflix after work, yeah, it's very calming. But at the same time is like is that next level of yourself watching TV after work? Yeah, that's what I thought. So really, really like I always say, the real talk with Deanna, really reflect on these things that I'm saying so you understand. I hope all these talks are like very opening and very also inspiring. I don't want you to be overwhelmed after these. Inspiring for you to continue to be that next level of yourself, that best version of yourself, that highest version of yourself, all the names that you want to call them. But is that version yourself right now? Like I said, it's very important to focus on now, not to focus like, oh, what's gonna be 2023? It's like, no, we can actually start being that best version of yourself right now, today. Creating boundaries at work, with your family, with your coworkers, with your friends, with yourself too. Okay, and I feel like I explained that in the last video too, so kind of a little bit redundant, but it's also very key to understand what you need to release for the 2023 and release in general, not even for 2023. This can be any year, but it's very important to release those things. And right now, I'm going to tell you a quick story time with Diana. So, story time with Diana. In the last 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 months, let's just say 2 months, I have been very, very foggy in the sense, what I mean by foggy, like my mind is just like an autopilot. It's like doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, at work, personally, even in my relationship right now, it's just very automatic. I don't even have to think, and I really don't want it to think at all. I was just like, let's do this, whatever you say, let's do this. And I was very action taking. I was not even thinking about, my limiting beliefs, doing the inner work. Like I always say, it's very important to do that inner work and taking action. I was taking just action, but just kind of like a random action. I was like, I probably should do this. And then I'm like, I probably should do that. It's kind of like when you go to the pastry shop and you want to buy a cake. You're just like, should I buy a vanilla cake or a chocolate cake or a carrot cake? Or what frosting is going to be, pink, yellow. And, there's so many options. And the universe will give you way more options that you even wanted. So if you ask the universe to give you options, they will happen. And let me tell you, you don't want a lot of options. You want this, and that's why it's very important to get clear on what you want, what you don't want, like I said at the beginning, so you can actually take that step and really see that path. Because, like I said, I was very foggy. I was just like doing autopilot for like months at this point, and I was just so tired. I have been tired. I see my face and I just see like all my wrinkles, all my stuff, and I'm just like, I'm not 50 years old. I shouldn't be this tired. My energy is like very low. Even if I drink matcha, if you guys know, matcha is very like a good version of coffee, like black coffee. So energy levels are kind of like rising steadily and then going down steadily instead of like in the peak, like when you drink black coffee, it's like peak up and down. And super mini promo of matcha right here. I'm drinking matcha, and I literally cannot work with drinking matcha. Like, I have to be drinking matcha, and if I don't drink matcha, I have to drink tinto. In Colombia, tinto is black coffee, just straight black coffee. And I usually never did that at the like never in my whole life. And I actually do this right now because I can't even wake up. Like, my eyes are just so tired. I don't want to spread negativity here, but I'm just saying, like, that's how I felt. And I was just like, I really don't want to continue my life like this. Like, I have a choice. Like, I'm still early in my life, in my career, that I have a choice to choose. And it doesn't matter if you're mid your career, late your career. It's really important for you to understand that you can choose to leave whatever you're not serving you. And that is my giveaway here of like, please release all the things that really don't serve you. If, our relationship's not serving you, please release that. It's gonna be brighter the next day. I know it's gonna hurt, and everything like that, but it's really gonna be for the benefit of you to actually grow more. Because I feel like what happened to me personally is that I hit that like rooftop, I guess. It's like, yeah, I'm doing stuff, but I'm like, that's kind of like my limit. Like, I'm not doing anything else, you know what I think? You know what I mean? I'm not learning anything new. I'm not doing anything like extraordinary. It's just like there, that kind of like top that I always bounce off. And I'm just like, I can do so much better than this. Why am I still here? Why am I still, you know, dreading about this thing and this also another thing? And that's how I knew, a couple cries later, I knew that I needed to release something. I needed to release something. And that something will actually guide in me. So I knew that I had to release something, right? And then I was like, what should I release? I don't know what to release. And then I'm like, what if I release this? And I'm like, wow, I could release that. And I kind of like, I don't know why, I don't know how, but, like, my mind cleared out, and I was just, like, in shock because I was like, "Wow, I'm actually seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, actually seeing a path," because, like I said, I was very foggy and, like, I was like, "Oh." I took that decision, I was actually taking action towards that decision, okay? Of, like, releasing what no longer served me and then continue to release that things that don't longer serve me. And that literally just cleared up my mind. I was, having a lot of like, oh, you should do this and you should do that, and people will tell you what to do. But what I'm telling you is that I took a decision and I followed it. And that cleared my mind, cleared my soul too. And I'm telling you, the path cleared out and I'm super happy. I'm telling you this right now because it literally happened like yesterday. No joke. Um and I'm telling you this because it's possible and I want to be super real, like I said, hashtag real talk with Diana. But I'm super real with you because this happened like very, very recently. It's not like, oh yeah, this is a story from 3 years ago. It's like, no, this literally happened yesterday. And I wanted to do this video because I wanted to also explain to you that it is possible to release those things. And yes, it's gonna be scary. And there's a video about being scary and what fear really means. So if you want to watch it, go watch it. But what I really want to tell you is that if you just make a decision, if you want to release those things, make that decision of releasing it and do it. Not it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it, like never. Or next year. Like that's the best excuse ever you can make. Oh, I will do it next year. Like, no, do it now. Like I dare you to do it now. And let me know in the comments below, what are you releasing? What are you committed to release? And say like, I am committed to releasing blank. And then write it in the comments below. I want to see what else you guys are releasing. I'm super excited because I'm telling you, I'm like, my personal life, my career life, whatever you want to call it, professional life, has been crazy. And I wanted to give you guys some hope, and it's like there's the light at the end of the tunnel. And I know there's a lot of you that are really overwhelmed right now for like Christmas shopping. And Christmas in general is a very reflective time of the year, honestly, because you're like, oh, what I did last year, this year compared to last year, I didn't do nothing. So just releasing those things slowly and just releasing one at a time, like I said, one at a time, and it's gonna clear out everything. I promise. I promise. Okay. So that's it for now. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Like I said, if you wanna one-on-one coaching with me, one session, it's in the description down below. If you have any other questions, you can actually write down the comments down below too, and I will answer them as they come. And I will see you on my next video. Thank you everybody for watching. It's really inspiring for me to see all those people that are watching, not because like, oh, I want more views or anything like that, but it's actually knowing that this actually goes to everybody that wants to listen to this and kind of like needs that person to tell you like, wake up, let's do this. Okay, we can do this, we're all in the same boat. So this is why I'm doing this real talk with Diana in general, because we are all on the same page. There's some people before us, after us, and stuff like that, but we're all together, and I wanted to create this amazing community. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video every Monday or Tuesday. And I hope you have, I'm gonna do a video before Christmas. Yes. So stay tuned with that. And be ready for next year. We're all prepping up for next year, but like I said, it's not prepping up for next year, but it's actually doing it right now. Like if tomorrow is next year. Okay? So thank you for guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.